Hi there, my lovely friends. I know most of you are heading towards your TLS exam in the month of August, and it's going to be held on 18th of this month. I wish you the very best of luck. I thought of uploading more and more videos about the frequently given questions. I remember when we went for the exam, we got a question about this very important topic. Yes, I'm talking about the earthquake drill, and we had no clue that we'd be getting a question about it, a scenario like this, because all we knew was fire drill, which is frequently conducted in all the schools. But contrary to that, there was a question about an earthquake drill. Anyways, based on our general observation, we were able to make it out. We were able to answer the question. So let's not wait any further and let's see what I have in store for you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about these things. First of all, I'll be throwing some light about what's an earthquake drill in school, followed by I'll be highlighting things for you. What are the 6 phases of an earthquake drill? And then I'll also be showcasing how to prepare for this section of exam, and what do you do in an earthquake drill during school, and which floor is safest during an earthquake. And last but not the least, I'll also be highlighting what's the importance of having an earthquake drill in school. So let's not wait any further and see what I have in store. So our first important thing to talk about is what is an earthquake drill in school? What is it all about? So an earthquake drill is one set of simulated energy circumstances. Basically, it's a simulated emergency circumstances which is designed to test the ability of school members to make most appropriate decisions to ensure their safety. So basically, you create an artificial atmosphere, imagining what would you do if there is an earthquake, and the purpose is to ensure their safety. The school members should understand the emergency response plans sufficiently in order to react appropriately during the drill. So basically, this is just to prepare your students, to acquaint your staff members and students that what's the procedure in case of an earthquake. So this is the most important slide, that you should know what are the 6 phases of an earthquake drill. You can make a mnemonic. I'll discuss that in a moment. So let's see what are the 6 phases. The first stage is called alarm, followed by the second stage, which is called response. Then there is evacuation, and then we proceed to the stage which is called assembly, followed by head count and evaluation. This is somewhat similar to fire drill, so you can learn it with the help of these mnemonic. You can make a mnemonic: AREAHE. A for alarm, R for response, E for evacuation, A for assembly, H for head count, and E for evaluation. So what do you do in the stage of alarm? A siren or bell is used to indicate an earthquake. If you remember, when we conduct fire drills also in school, basically there's always an alarm that indicates that it's the fire drill. If it's a continuous alarm, this is an indication that you need to make a line and you need to go down to the assembly point. So it's somewhat similar to that. Further, we go to the stage which is response. What do you do there? Unlike the fire drill, you don't go down, you don't run towards the assembly point, but what do? You perform the duck, that is, you cover the and hold under some sturdy desk, some sturdy surface, tables or chairs until the alarm stops. So this is contrary to the fire drill. You don't go down, you don't rush towards your assembly point, but you just sit under a protected surface like a desk, table or chair, and you wait until the alarm stops. So what's the third stage? That's called evacuation. So you evacuate the building using the safe routes to open surfaces or the assembly point in your school. After that, you get to your respective divisions, wherever your assembly point is. This stage is somewhat similar to the fire drill, because we take our classes down to the assembly point. The class teacher stays with the class, and then we do the head count just like the fire drill. The leaders must check their group and make sure that everyone is accounted for, everybody is there. And the last stage is called evaluation. You identify the problems encountered during the drill and remedy them for the future drills. You evaluate that what are the shortcomings and what are the things that need to be improved to save ourselves in future. So these are the 6 stages of the earthquake drill. Some stages are similar to the fire drill. So our next important thing to ponder over is that what do you do in an earthquake during school? So I remember we got a question based on this slide when we had no clue about it that we'll be getting a question about this weird topic. But based on our general observation that what do we actually do during an earthquake, somehow we were able to answer this question. So what do? You stay away from the windows and shelves with heavy objects. Basically, the idea is that obviously everything is wobbly and shaky during an earthquake, so there are chances that heavy objects might fall on you or your students. So that's why it's safe to stay away from the windows and shelves with heavy objects. If you're at school, get under a desk or a table and hold on. So instead of running out like a fire drill, you have to stay inside, you have to get under a table or desk, and you have to hold on. You have to face away from windows, and if you are in a wheelchair, you have to lock the wheels and protect the back of your head and neck. Tag this picture in your mind. This is how you protect the back of your neck and your head. So you can tag the entire picture in your mind. What do you do in earthquake? First thing, you don't panic. Second step, you drop under a safe surface, and then you cover yourself unless the alarm stops. So remember these stages. And I remember we got a question based on the same scenario, that what are you going to do to your students and yourself if there is an earthquake during a class. Are you going to run away to the evacuation point? Are you going to wait in the emergency evacuation point, or are you going to get under a safe surface like a chair or a table? So you can tag all these pictures in your mind and remember the steps that we discussed in the previous slide. Next, I thought this can also be an important aspect of the earthquake drill. Which floor is safest during an earthquake? And if you live in a country with good building codes, there is very little risk of collapsing. So you may feel safer on the bottom floor. So remember, the bottom floor is the safest during an earthquake. So let's see that what's the importance of having an earthquake drill in school. So basically, earthquake drills and exercises are an extremely important part of your preparedness plan because number one, they teach students, staff and parents how to respond to the complications of an actual earthquake. You are already prepared because you have already practiced at what to do in such an emergency situation. Number two, they help you to evaluate how well and all parts of your emergency plan work together and how well your staff and students are, so that in case of an actual earthquake, you're already prepared to face the situation. So that was a short video from my side, but the topic is really important. I hope that you get a question based on a similar scenario, so that you benefit from it and you amplify your score in your pedagogy exam. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and this is the biggest motivation for me to make more and more videos. And also do comment, because this is really important for my stability on YouTube. And I'll see you in my next video. Best of luck for your exam.